Our society has failed men. In this day and age, in the US, everything that can be weaponized against men has been weaponized against men. Men are lonely. There is a huge problem with male loneliness. In fact, you can check the statistics here. A lot of the US population has not dated someone, maybe ever, or is not dating someone now. And most of that are men. Why? Because men are too afraid to ask women out. Sometimes, but also because women have raised their standards so high that it's impossible to meet. Watch this clip of this video.
The next picture also looks douchey. He's in like a tank top, and he has like throwing up a peace sign. Like, oh no, we don't need that.
Okay, so this first guy, he is sitting at his job. It looks like that is his desk. I'm thinking he does not have much time outside of his job if that's going to be his first picture. So let's see. Nope.
Okay, so when you're on a dating app going through profiles, if you don't like the first photo, do you even look at the rest of the photos?
No, immediate no. Like, don't waste your time.
So the first photo is so important.
So important, yeah. Especially because people click through so fast on there. Like, guys, I'm sure, do the same thing.
So it should not be a selfie. It should not be a mirror photo. It should be, the best photo you have of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do guys do for photos? What do you think the best type of photo is that men can take, or what should they be doing?
I don't think anything's wrong with a guy asking their friend, like, if they're already out, like, doing something, to ask them to take a photo, but I actually can't picture a guy actually doing that. I feel like their friends would roast them. So I don't know. I don't have a good answer for them.
Yeah.
Like, maybe have your mom do it when you're out to dinner with your family or something. I don't know.
She'd be down if you told her you're looking for a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Get the mom on board.
I don't know what guys do, because there are guys, though, that they post pictures on Instagram that's like just them and someone clearly took it.
It is too, and there's so many double standards because, like, here I am posting mirror photos every day.
I know.
Selfies every day, and it's like when a guy does that, it's not attractive.
I know, I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yep.
Perfectly fine, good-looking men get rejected. Why? Because the women don't know what they want, and what they're looking for is the creme de la creme, the 1% of the 1%. Most men are not that. Most men are your simple, everyday average Joes. Women don't want that, though. They're not looking for that. They have been brainwashed, same with a lot of men nowadays, by the commercials and by the videos where they see these men who are so jacked up and who are so full of life. Well, let me tell you, a lot of men nowadays aren't happy. In fact, most cases of depression, especially now, happen to be in men. Why? Because society has weaponized everything it can against men. A lot of men wake up, they go to a job which they don't care about, or which doesn't care about them. And the worst part is that no matter how hard they work, people that don't work, people that are lazy and they take the shortcuts at work, they are favored more by their boss and by, well, society. They tend to succeed more. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. You have men who go to work, who give it their all, 110% of themselves every day to get a bag, and yet the people who work not even half as hard as them, they tend to get better positions in jobs, and they are favored by upper management. When you're too good at your job, they can't promote you. Why? Because you're too good at that position. They can't afford to lose you. See, that's a mistake. It's a mistake to do 110% because that's not what they want from you. When you do that, it is going to feel like the job doesn't care about you. In fact, it doesn't. A lot of men work in a job which it may be good, but they want to succeed there, but it doesn't care about them. It doesn't want them to succeed. No matter how many things they do right, they do good, they'll either never be noticed for it, or they'll only be noticed when they do something wrong. One thing out of a million they do wrong and they immediately get called out for it. That does not lead to a happy life. No one wants that. That piles on stress, anxiety, which a lot of men are full of. The worst emotion which men have is loneliness. And it's because of this loneliness that we see industries like OnlyFans and Pornhub thrive. They are multi-billion-dollar industries. And the reason they are that big is because men want love, but they can't find it. These industries use a fake, cheap form of love for men to get addicted to, and they get hooked on it. Forget about all the dopamine in your brain that gets released, because that is definitely a huge part of it. In fact, your dopamine receptors get completely destroyed when you watch porn. But forgetting about that real quick, men tend to watch that stuff and tend to pay these women online on OnlyFans, who are making a killing, by the way, in that industry, because they're lonely, because they can't find a woman. I watched a clip of this very pretty woman. I forgot what it was on, but it was a podcast. And she said that she cries at night. Why? Because she's popular, you know, she's good looking. And she gets DMs of hundreds of men. And they all say the same thing. They all complain about how they just can't find someone. No matter what they do, no matter how they dress, they try to better themselves. They go to the gym, they work out, nothing. They can't find someone. The birth rate has plummeted. That is not the sign of a healthy society. And when people like Andrew Tate come, there's a wonder why they thrive. They thrive because that's what men want. Andrew Tate represents what men want to be. He's successful, he's courageous. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He'll say what's on his mind. He doesn't care who he offends. And that's what men want to be. And that's what men used to be before they got feminized. And this feminization of men, you see everywhere, all throughout Hollywood. All these men wearing dresses, confusing men on how to act and who they are. This world would not be what it is today without strong, independent men. But now more than ever, that day and age seems to be going extinct. How many manly men do you know who still exist, who are still around? Most of them are older. They're not from the younger generations. The younger generations don't really have anyone like that. The youngest one I can think of is Andrew Tate. And that's why a lot of young men envy him. And a lot of young men looked up to him. He was like a father figure to them. He guided them about life, and he guided them through addictions or afflictions which they may face. The Red Pill movement is the first movement to really have, which is mainstream now, it's the first mainstream movement to really have a positive effect on men. Industries have targeted men. Think about it. Calvin Klein, when you go to buy underwear, what do you see? You see jacked men. Other clothing brands, what do you see? You see jacked men. Online, you look at the gym bros, what do you see? You see jacked men. But people fall for this. They don't realize that this is all a ploy. These men look like that because A, some of them are taking steroids. B, they have perfect lighting, professional photographers, Photoshop, and all these things which go into making a photo look so good, which people think is real life, and it's not real life, and that's really affected men. When men see these people and they go to the gym and they say, man, I'm gonna get jacked just like that, and they work out and 6 months pass by and they don't look like that, they get discouraged. Well, all of these people I look up to, they got jacked like this in 6 months. What's wrong with me? I can't build muscle, I can't find a girlfriend, my job doesn't like me. What have I done wrong to deserve this treatment? It is a sad fact in life that men have fallen to a new low. And most of the people who are responsible for this, they're a part of woke culture. And that is why we have had an increase in the amount of men who vote for Trump. An increase. Cause and effect. Simple as that. You have one side that's abandoned them and one side that has swooped in and taken them. Men have feelings. Men just want to be loved. Men want a nuclear family. That's what we want. Men want a nuclear family, which is something that for so long now has been ravaged. Absolutely ravaged. The family unit, as the world once knew it, it's not a popular thing here in the US, but that's what men want. They want a nice nuclear family. They want a woman that they love. They want children that they love, they can see grow, that they can care for. And they want to be cared for. They want to go to work every day knowing that they're working for a purpose, knowing that they have to be at work and they're doing their best to feed their family. They need a purpose in life. And now we have men who have sad, purposeless lives, who live in vain. They chase these women online. They waste so much money, so much time on OnlyFans, on pornography, and that just destroys their brains. Their minds are completely turned to slush. Seeing all these supermodels getting depressed that they can't look like that, all the women wanting men to look like that, not also realizing that that's not possible. For all the men watching, don't fall for this. Don't fall for this purposeless life. You have to find happiness in the littlest of things. And most of all, love the way you look. Don't go out getting all that plastic crap in you, the oil crap in you. No, the way you look is perfect. That is your natural self. Don't ruin it. Don't give these vain doctors money. It's not worth it. Why? So you can get women? If a woman loved you for who you were, you wouldn't have to go out and get plastic surgery, which I'll do another video about, but that is a thriving industry when it shouldn't be, when it should not be. You see, in life, we get pushed and pulled around. Hey, this is where you find happiness. This is where you find happiness. There's actually a great video about this, and it's got the rat as the main character, and it just shows it going everywhere from at one place on this earth to another, job, different addictions. Why? Because it's chasing happiness. Men want happiness. I mean, you go online and you see all these people in a happy relationship. You have all these love songs, and that does work against these men who are lonely because it just pushes them into a deeper sadness and deeper depression. Do you know that men are most prone to body dysmorphia? Yeah. Why? Like I said, everything that goes into these products, into this marketing, well, that goes against men. And I'm not even just talking about average Joe men. Look at these professional bodybuilders. Most of them, they'll always find something wrong with their body. Legs aren't big enough. Biceps aren't big enough. Chest isn't big enough. This doesn't look the way I want it to. Stop and live in the moment for a second. Every day you go to the gym, you're a better you than you were the day before. Go to the gym for you, for your health. Don't go for vain purposes. Because if you go for vain purposes, trust me, it's not going to last and you're not going to feel good and full inside. Exercise is one of those things which should fill you up with pride and should fill you with testosterone, and be happy at all the little gains you're making. You may not see it first, but trust me, little by little, it's going to pile up. And it's going to take time. Don't fall for the 6-month, 10-month grab. No, it's going to take years. You need to be disciplined. You need to have a great diet. Men are clearly not as favored, or not favored at all, I should say. Look at this statistic. Does this statistic say anything? It does. It says that there is truth to my words. Men are the number one in suicide because they don't have a purposeful life. It's a life without purpose, without reason, without being. And if you live your life like you don't matter, if you live your life like you don't care about whatever happens to you, that will lead you to dark paths, to addictions that will ravage you. Men, be strong in who you are. Have faith. Stop paying these OnlyFans models money which they don't deserve, money which they get by addicting you, by lying to you, by leading you on, by making you think scenarios like that are realistic. Stop it. Don't waste time with that. It's hard. It is hard because a lot of people and a lot of professionals don't believe in addictions like these. They don't believe in porn addiction, even though it's real. Now it's better because more people have been shedding light on it and have been feeling the effects of it. Tech, we've come to a point where we have AI videos, AI Batman, AI Master Chief, motivating men to stop watching that disgusting crud and to work on being a better them. Hit the gym, go to school if they want to pursue further education, go to a community school and just work on bettering themselves. And trust me, in due time, good things will come. Don't chase these fake women because trust me, you will find a good one. Don't be afraid to take that shot and ask her out. The worst they can say is no. And even if not, what? It's not like you're gonna see him again. Be happy in the little things in life. Have faith, keep strong. Dystopian Dreamer, out.